All right.
Intro.
What's up? How are we doing? Now, let's take a look at the back page right here. We're going to do a stoichiometry problem. Now, notice how our mole map is very color coordinated. I am going to color coordinate the pens I use to match the different arrows up there. That hopefully should help you navigate the mole map. So we've got our first balanced chemical equation up there, 2Al plus 6HCl gives us 2AlCl3 plus 3H2. Now when we do these problems, we're going to start out with a mole ratio. That mole ratio is going to be very important later on. So question number 1 says how many grams of HCl will be required to make 90 grams of H2? So we're looking at H2 and we're looking at HCl. For my mole ratio, boom, I've got 6 moles of HCl and 3 moles of H2. Thanks, Angela. All right. Now, when I start off these problems, I'm going to start these problems off in orange because it's the only color that's not on the mole map right now. So that's going to be our starting unit and number. So we're going to start out with what they give us, 90 grams of H2. 90 grams of H2. And I'm going to put that over 1. Now, if we look over at our mole map, this is a mass-to-mass problem. They give us grams and they're asking us to find grams. So we start here, mass of A. A means that we're starting with that substance. And we're just going to follow the arrows. So we're going to use molar mass number 1, mole ratio, and molar mass number 2 to get to mass of B. B means that that is the substance that we are ending with. You will always start on A and you will always end with B. You will always cross the mole ratio in these problems. Okay. So the first arrow I have to look at is molar mass. If I have grams of H2 right there, I'm going to put that exact same unit right here. Grams of H2. Since this is a molar mass, I've got 2 hydrogens. Each hydrogen weighs 1.008, which I can find where? On the periodic table. This equals 2.016. That's 2.016 grams in every 1 mole of hydrogen. So that means I'm going to put 2.016 right here and 1 mole of hydrogen up top. Alright? Now, I'm done with my molar mass. I'm done with this first red arrow. So now I'm going to use the black arrow. I'm going to use my mole ratio. If I have moles of H2 right there, I need that same unit right there. Keep that same energy. Mole, mole, H2. If I look over at my mole ratio, I see that the number 3 goes right here. Then I just finish off the rest of the mole ratio. I'm going to put 6 mole of HCl. Okay? Now we're done with the black arrow. We've gone from molar mass. We've used mole ratio. Now we have to use the other molar mass. So if I have mole of HCl right there, I'm going to put mole of HCl right here. We know that a molar mass tells me how many grams are in 1 mole. So I know that the number 1 has to go right there. Now, to find its molar mass, hydrogen weighs 1.008. Chlorine weighs 35.45, right? Anyone want to confirm that for me?
You're right.
Cool. Yes. Now, just for, actually, no, this works out fine, never mind. Just kidding. This is going to equal 36.458 grams per mole. That means we're going to put 36.458 up here. That's the setup. Now let's talk about how to do math. I'm just going to do the math in blue right now. What's up? Alright. So, we just take everything that's in the top and multiply it together. 90 times 6 times 36.458. And then we're going to divide it by everything that's in the bottom. So 2.016 times 3. Multiply the top across, multiply the bottom across. Then do top divided by bottom. That will be your answer. Now it's important that you guys realize on the test, it will be multiple choice, but you will have to find the right answer. You will have to use your calculator. I know a lot of the times in class and like on the review sheets, we just get to this step, but on the test, you're gonna have to use your calculator. The good news is that I'm leaving out on the test any molecule questions, because I don't want you guys to have to worry about using scientific notation. This isn't a calculator test, this is a chemistry test. You shouldn't have to be worried about using shift log and then entering the exponents correctly. Okay?
Thank you.
You got it.
Thanks.
Alright, let me check. Is that the right answer? That looks pretty good. That's gonna equal.
Do you divide it right after, or do you just keep like that?
What's 90 times 36? 90 times 30 is going to give me 360.
3,255.
Yeah, it should be 3,000 something. 3,600, whatever they're saying. Okay. Cool. Let's do the next one. Well, we'll skip the next one because that talks about molecules. Let's do C. Okie uses the same balanced chemical equation, so that's good for us. The mole ratio in C is also the same because we're talking about the same two elements. We're still talking about HCl, so we've got 6 of them because its coefficient is 6. And we're still talking about H2, which we have 3 of because its coefficient is 3. So I'm going to start out with the number in the units that they give me. They give me 6 moles of HCl. I'm going to put it over 1. So I'm starting out here with moles of A. And they're asking me to get to volume. So I'm going to use my mole ratio and then 22.4 liters per mole. I'm going to use the black arrow and then I'm going to use the green arrow. So, for the black arrow, if I've got moles of HCl right there, I need moles of HCl right here. According to my mole ratio, I've got 6 moles of the stuff. So I'm going to put 6 right there. Then I just write the rest right here. Great, we're done with the mole ratio. Last thing I got to do is use my green arrow to get from moles into volume. If I have moles of H2 right there, I'm going to put moles of H2 right here. There are 22.1 or 22.4 liters in every 1 mole of H2. Our final answer is going to be, let me get that blue again, 6 times 3 times 22.4 divided by 6. That's going to be your final answer.
And that's it? And for that one, we don't have to go with the calculator?
This one, yeah, you'd have to go with the calculator. For all your stoichiometry problems on the test, you're going to need to use a calculator.
Alright.
I didn't make the numbers very close to each other, though. So if you make a small error in calculation, probably won't throw you off too far. So let's say this is going to equal, the 6's that cancel out, this is going to equal 67.2. Okay, so if this equals 67.2, if this were a test, and it will be a test, obviously. if these were your options would look something like this. 40.1. 80.9. 67.2. And 10.4. So if you make a small calculation error, you'll still probably get the correct answer. Yeah, the reason why I did that right there is 6 divided by 6 equals 1, so you can just do 3 times 22.4.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see any easy math like that, I recommend using it. But if you're not comfortable recognizing like little math tips like that or math tricks, just throw it in your calculator. There's no point messing up trying to do mental math when you have a calculator in front of you, which you will have. Cool?
Yeah. And this is the last grade that's going in?
This is the last grade. This is the last test.
Like everything's already in, this is the last thing?
This is the last thing.
Oh,